Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net and it's Wednesday the 7th of October. Thanks again for watching. This is your look ahead video. If you take a look at weatherweb.net, you'll see that Gary has put a musing on there about the cold weather that's across Eastern Europe just at the moment and through the western parts of Russia. This 7-day forecast really picks it up quite nicely, and the fact that the cold weather is going to be persisting across much of Europe. There it is. Some thoughts going on around at the moment. Is this a sort of precursor to winter? Is this giving us a view as to what winter may well look like across much of Europe? There is a view to back that up, but more about that in future videos. By contrast, warm across the US, chilly down across South America, very warm across the southern parts of Australia, where harvest is taking place in many areas, and rain's basically needed before the harvest. And it's just not there. In fact, searing heat is being reported in some parts of Australia just at the moment. Taking a close look at Europe for the next 7 days. Chilly across the UK, but just look at that depth of cold across much of Central Europe and across the west of Russia. This is kind of 6 degrees below normal over the western parts of Russia. High pressure is in control. And what it's doing is it's just dragging in a northeasterly flow behind high pressure, and it's just cooling things off all the time. In fact, just look at the maximum temperatures. This is from yesterday, so these were the maximum temperatures on Tuesday, and just 3 to 8 degrees across much of western Russia. Real chilly conditions, kind of just trying to get in to the far east of Europe. And just look at the overnights. These were the overnights to 7 o'clock on Wednesday morning. So 7 o'clock this morning, lots of frost out towards the eastern parts of Europe into the western parts of Russia. -4 across western parts of Russia. So certainly some early season cold there. Now, Hurricane Joaquin is doing its bit still in the Atlantic. This is the satellite picture from Meteosat from midday today. There it is in the Atlantic. It's going to be sweeping its way eastwards during the coming days. It does become a much weakened feature as it heads eastwards. We can pick it up here on the pressure charts. This from weatheronline.co.uk. It's the GFS model. There's the time, top left-hand corner. So that's this morning. And Hurricane Joaquin is this feature just out here. Now watch what happens as I run the sequence on. Notice it coming into the Atlantic, look, and then it kind of stalls towards the west of the UK as the GFS tries to build high pressure here. Across the UK, extending in from eastern Russia and bringing in that cold air. That's what it's trying to do, and we think temperatures are going to be taking a tumble into next week. It then tries to keep that high over the top of us really throughout next week into next weekend, and tries to get a shot as well of cold northwesterly winds. So it seems to be emphasising the idea of cooler weather, at least as far as the GFS is concerned. Big high out in the Atlantic with the areas of low pressure toppling around it, and then down into Europe. This is the pattern that it predicts for Tuesday the 20th. Now treat that with extreme caution. Of course, it is a long way ahead, but this is the ECMWF take on things. This is the 850 millibar temperatures, and you notice that downward trend look in the 850s over the next 10 days. But then this is the important bit, is the rise in temperature sees here around the 16th or 17th. Now, if we pick up on the ECMWF, you'll see the reason for that. This is the chart for the 13th. These go forward in 24-hour steps. And for the 13th, which is Tuesday, what it's doing is got the high centered here across southern parts of Scandinavia. That's the cool air coming in from Russia. So no doubt about it, we've got some cooler air coming in. But it's this cold pool that I'm interested in across Germany, because if we just run it on, you notice that by Wednesday the 14th, the cold pool is getting into the southeast. It brings the potential for some really cold and miserable conditions across southeastern parts of England. There we are on the 15th, so this is Thursday the 15th. Cold pool has amalgamated with a trough that passes its way northwards, and this brings the potential again for cold, real autumnal-like conditions. And in fact, even by Friday the 16th, we've still got that low in the heights, the trough off towards the east in here, got a ridge trying to get its way back in off the Atlantic. The important thing is that the jet tries to get its act together again. So it's still cold even into next Friday, but by the 17th, so this is Saturday the 17th, notice the jet has become re-established. The trough gets pushed back east. It still extends down into Spain, but the trough has got pushed back eastwards, and I think what that hinting at is the collapse of the trough south, this feature getting cut off down here, and then the jet coming through across the top, making for more unsettled conditions. So we got a wobble going on in the longer range forecast just at the moment because of this take on things, because of this jet. I don't think it's going to have serious implications because we're still into sort of more unsettled conditions through October as was predicted, but I think certainly it's going to be going colder next week than we predicted, so there's no doubt that it is going to be a cooler month overall. And again, as I was hinting at the beginning of the week and over the weekend in the videos about the potential change for the winter forecast, this could have implications for that in terms of just needing to bring temperatures down a touch. But I'll keep you updated on that, of course, as things develop. I'll leave you with that for now. Don't forget to check out our fast forecast for detail for the next couple of days, but might be time just to make sure you've got your woolly pulleys ready, everything set, because I think we really are going to be feeling the chill next week. So with that happy note, thanks again for watching, keep the sun shining, and bye for now.